tough.
I seen a post, and it couple of hot button topics: money in church.
Mm.
They posed a question.
Mm.
If money is the root, this was the
Oh, I
status.
seen that. I know,
if,
I seen that.
if
I
money
know.
is the
Seen
root of
that.
all evil, then why do churches ask for it?
Oh
I was gonna talk about.
man. No, for real. Like I really had questions though, because I don't know about stuff like that. So it was genuine questions for me. Because
About that
like
specifically though?
no, but like stuff like that, like going into business with friends or family or partnerships like that. Not that specific topic. No, I don't have nothing to talk about that.
But
That's
you-
not
yeah.
it. That's not what I meant. But it's just like I don't understand stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm new to all this business stuff and running stuff like that. So it's like y'all been doing it or y'all doing it. Well, I mean, y'all. But what I'm saying is y'all know more about it than I do. So it's like if I can come ask questions to people I know that know what they doing, then it's like, all right, cool.
By trial and error, I don't know any more than you. I'm just.
But you're doing it, and I'm just like you've been doing it. I'm just now getting in there, so I'm trying to learn and.
Well, we all
watch,
are
you feel me?
collectively together.
Facts.
It's a together movement. Yeah.
But thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of Real Nonsense. I am your host, Nick Main.
You can go next.
I'm a host now.
Yeah, you're a host now.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
might
still.
as
It's
well.
still tryouts.
Yeah.
still
Still
Tryouts
tryouts.
are still tryouts.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay. Nice to meet y'all.
and I am JC, and we, I guess, are real
It's
nonsense.
real
nonsense.
Nonsense. Yeah.
So
Jay and JC.
Yeah.
Like that. We can be like Kobe and Shaq.
oh god,
I'll be Kobe though.
yeah.
You can be like Derek Fisher.
I don't mind being Shaq in his prime
Shaq and his prime was a problem.
because people forget who Shaq was.
The most dominant man in basketball.
Yeah,
That's a
that-
fact.
that man was something else. But
He got
I
lazy.
do want to. I want to thank y'all because really what inspired it was both of y'all having y'all own podcast because like I would listen to both of y'all and I'm like these Regents know what they talking
Oh
about.
god, I was gonna be like, how he gonna swing that way?
Like they know what they talking about and they have good content. Now imagine if we all just came together
Yeah, that'd be lit.
and did it like because my gifting is not really talking and keeping people entertained. I can when I feel like
Yeah.
it, but like it's doing everything else out around it.
Group economics, man.
Nah, for real.
But anywho, go ahead, Adam. You can start with what you want to talk about. Today.
Okay, so yesterday you texted us and told us to, you feel me, think about a topic or whatever. Situation happened, made me start thinking.
Right.
Because of like business wise and me trying to do what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I not so much more of a topic, but it's more of a. I have questions about working with like friends and family.
Mhm.
Like far as okay per se, recommending. Is it a good idea to work with your friends and family, like opposed to somebody you just met, really running down the business plan? Like what? How do y'all feel about that?
You can go first.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the business, friends and family. Ideally, in the ideal world, your business is run 100% by your family. Like, you know what I mean? You would love to have the gas station with your cousin at the cashier and
Facts.
you running the business and so doing the accounting
Yeah.
or whatever it may be, but you still have to have qualified people. Like, so you have to know your own business. You have to know who your business is, what they're trying to accomplish, and you have to have it really on paper, like how you want your business to look. Because if you don't, you have no reference point. So if your family, if your cousin doesn't fit the description, or a friend, you know what I'm saying, if they don't fit the description of what you're looking for, your image in the business, who you want to be presented as to the community,
Right.
it might not be a good fit, even though they're family. So that's how I feel about it. You got to make sure you know who your business is and structure that so you know the type of people that you want to bring on to the business.
Yeah, and like how I feel about it is I'm at the stage where now the older I get, the more I see that stuff not black and white like we want it to be.
Right.
It context matters in every situation. So like where, let's say me, because my brother does music, And people, why don't you do such and such with him? And me and him have talked about it. Now that I know that's not where we are right now.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would
personally.
Right.
I would love to see it.
But that's not where we
great.
are right now. But that's not to say that it's not gonna happen. Because I would love for that to happen. I would love to be able to work with my family. Now, like when you get on, Chance the Rapper, fired his manager. A lot of people gave him continue to give him a lot of flack for firing his manager, hiring his dad and his brother. But I said, I bet you when I get to the level, I'm doing the same thing.
That's dope.
I bet you because I'm Chance the Rapper. Like I have it. Even if I lose some of my fan base because of this, I still have in the long run, me and my family gonna win. That's how I see it. Like in the long run, for me, it's about giving others that I love an opportunity to do things, to be able to grow and flourish and be wealthy and have a sustainable income and all of that. Like to be able to live life for real. And when you talk about going into business with your friends and family, it's something that you got to be wise about, most importantly, and it has to make sense. Like I'm not just gonna let anybody come in here run sessions with me if they don't have the drive, they don't have the passion. No, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've been my friend since day one. I don't care if you love you, Mom, but I don't.
Not for real. Like
if it's not gonna help me grow and get to where I see my vision going and where I see my business going, then what's the purpose of me bringing you in as a partner, as a investor, even no matter what role you play, like it doesn't make sense for me to bring you in if you're not gonna grind as hard as me, if you're not gonna work as hard as me. Not like it really depends. Now I do have like one right now. I'm working with a close friend, and I'm excited about working with him because I can trust him.
Okay.
And like I know I won't have to worry about it being those situations where we just homies and I put him on and we working in business, then 10 years down the line something pop off and he stealing all my money out of my accounts. Because he's not that type of person. Now, not to say that he's gonna be perfect or we just gonna be this. We ain't never gonna butt heads. Not to say that, but at the same time, I know who he is right now. Like he just wants to see me win and he believes in what I'm doing. Not he trying to get on too. He just want to see me win. And so any way he can help me, he's gonna do that. But like for bringing family and friends in, I'm not opposed to it. But at the same time, you got to be wise in doing that because you can't just bring somebody on because you like them.
See, with me, it's more of I don't really trust it no more. Like I've put myself out there with businesses wise, like with my own brothers, my cousins, and with some of my friends. So it's like, and it's always been, all right, I'm giving more than anything else, and it's like y'all supposed that we came in this together. So me personally, I don't feel like I will do business with family and friends if I don't have that foundation or that business plan straight already. So
I wouldn't close the door to it.
No, I'm not gonna close the door.
Yeah.
I just feel like right now where I'm at, as far as getting this jump in and all the other stuff, I don't really think right now is the best time for me to really invest or me to do something with someone. Yeah. I just wanted to get y'all opinion because it's some like after looking at that situation, like it really threw me off because it was like, whoa.
All business come with mistakes though. So like you, especially when you starting, the people who it might be family and friends that want to help you that just aren't like qualified for what you need them for. So that's kind of you got to kind of get creative, maybe find other ways they can help you, even if it's just like spreading the word about what you're doing. Like they just want to help, so don't try to put them in a position that they're overqualified for. That's really the simplest way to kind of break it down.
But you got a topic?
Yeah, my topic. I was on some. It's funny how everything come from Facebook, bro. Like
for real,
everything comes from Facebook.
It's just like you can be scrolling and not really looking for nothing.
But you know it's crazy because it's a coastal thing. Because Cali, they don't really be on Facebook.
Because they got outside stuff to look at.
They got what is it? Twitch. Twitter,
TikTok.
Some of them TikTok. That's the younger generation.
I spend more time on Twitter probably than Facebook. But my topic. Back to my topic.
Tough.
I seen a post. And it couple of hot button topics, money in church. They posed a question. If money is the root, this was the status. If money is the root of all evil, then why do churches ask for it?
Oh man.
And I think obviously the status itself was out of context because he was referring to, I would assume, he was referring to the Bible, which says the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would say generally to a portion of the population, it is true that people believe that money is the root of all evil.
It's what
regardless
you do
of
with
what the scripture says. There's a group of people who truly believe that money is the root of all evil. So, what's like y'all response to that?
I feel like it's not cool. You may feel like money is the root of all evil, but it's how you use it. It's how you get it. It's how it changes you. That's what I feel like makes it evil. If you the same dude you is when you get money, like the same one you is without it, you can't really say it's evil. You can't really say.
This is right up my alley.
You feel me? It's like for me personally, you can't really say it's the root of all evil if you continuing to do what you was doing when you didn't have it. Cool, money changes a lot. Money changes people. It just intensifies who you was when you didn't have it. I understand that. So it's just like you can't sit here and blame money being the root of all evil if you're not taking them steps to make sure it's not that. You control what your money does for you. You control how your money makes you feel. I hear it all the time. I'd rather cry in a Porsche than be happy on a bus. And it's true. It's facts. But at the same time, what the hell am I crying in a Porsche for if I got the money to buy it?
You say you'd rather cry in a Porsche than be happy
on the bus.
Oh, no.
Be happy
exactly.
on the bus?
It doesn't make sense to me,
I'd rather
bro.
cry in a Porsche than cry on the bus.
On the bus,
Right.
But it's
Being
like,
honest.
but my thing is, it's like if you have the money to buy the Porsche, what is you crying for? Because you let it turn, you let it alter what you was doing. If you out here chilling.
So having the money to buy the Porsche is supposed to make you happy?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
It can help on a rainy day.
it helps on a huge rainy day.
But is it the money that make you happy, or is it the Porsche?
Exactly.
Sometimes it's the Porsche.
It's probably the Porsche.
Which I don't mind it.
Money, to me, money's not the root of evil, bro. Money makes you do evil things, yes, but that's not you. Can do evil things without money.
Yeah.
You can be evil without having.
And that's why it says the love of money.
Right. If you love it more than you love anything else, yes, that's the root of whatever you got going on. But if you sitting here and that's what you complaining about, oh, why is churches asking for? You supposed to offer 10%. It's an offering to God. It's not like, oh, they asking for it because they want it. And don't get me wrong. There's some churches that just want money. But there's some genuine churches where it's just like, okay, this is really an offering. This is really helping the church. I'm really fixing this. So when people that sit there and be like, oh, yeah, money's the root of all evil, so churches shouldn't, da-da-da-da, it's out of context. There's no understanding behind that. It's just mouthing off. It's just saying whatever you're thinking.
I agree with that.
Well, we might have to. I don't even mind if we don't get to my topic because
kind of
this
at this point, yeah.
This is because it's so many things that are misconstrued when it comes to the church, when it comes to money in the church, when it comes to money in God.
Yeah.
Because the love of money is the root of evil, because what you'll do to get it will make you evil. You'll do practically anything to get money, versus people like us, like, no, we want to make an honest living. We want to follow the laws of the land. We want to do the right things in order to succeed in life.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that will go into sex trafficking to get money.
Yeah, just to do it for quick money.
Now that's evil. But when you talk about, just trying to make an honest living, like, that's one of the things I feel like I've had this conversation with one of my cousins before. Like, the one thing the black church is amazing at is really waiting on God. And a lot of it has to do with having a slave mentality. A lot of it also has to do with the finances surrounding church.
Wow.
Because we don't learn in church that, we shouldn't make money.
Right.
But we look at those that have money. I feel like I really think it's just jealousy. But we look at those that have money, and we think automatically you must be doing something. Either you're doing something wrong to get that money, or you can no longer be a follower of Christ and have that much power, or have that much, that much money to deal with, because you can make certain decisions that give you more power than somebody that's poor.
Yeah.
I think it was Kev on stage that was like, pastors go crazy over people that's broke. You can tell them anything and they believe it, take it and run with it. And
wow, I never thought about that.
My pastor said the other day, he said, you don't have money.
So did Trump, though.
Oh, yeah.
So did
right.
everybody.
But look at the people that was following him. Well, some of them had money, but over time, the ones that had money was like, yeah, all right, you tripping.
It's easier to influence people who don't have anything.
If you can make a promise to somebody, be like, yeah, bro, if you do this for me, I got you on such and such. He was pimping with them stimulus checks.
Oh yeah.
Having just the weirdest people do the weirdest stuff over $1,200, $600.
Yeah, but my pastor told me, he said, if you don't have money, you don't have a church. It don't matter who you are, because I know you know this, and I know you know this. I definitely know it. Is that without money, you can't do nothing. You can't run a church.
No, you really can't.
How your lights gonna stay on? How y'all gonna stay in the building?
The building fund.
Not only that, how are you gonna do outreach to reach more souls? For people
at my grandma's church, man.
I was about to say, we used to pay people's bills. My parents used to pay people's bills.
Nah, for real.
Light bills, all that stuff. Them usually are the same ones that turn around what they doing with the money. We just paid your light bill with
them the people that don't see that. Them the people that is just one of those, oh, they always asking for money. They always in my pockets. They always doing this. But little do you know, they just paid your car note. Or your kids got somewhere to go.
So why do we think money is so evil if it's a tool?
It's because it's not the money that's evil. It's the feeling that money brings you. It intensifies what you was already feeling. You feel me?
Because I've been like, through this last year, God has been blessing. And with that, I, like, even within myself, because we talk about tithe, but people don't really understand what the tithe is, like, internally.
Right.
A tithe is me telling God, I trust that you are my source.
It's in your
Not
hands.
what I'm doing. Not me doing car music productions. Not me running sessions. Right. Not me going and doing stuff for other people. But you bring these opportunities to me. So I'm going to give this back to you because it's what I'm due. Not only that, I believe in what my church is doing as a mission. Yeah. So I want to fund that. I believe us doing homeless ministry at my church, us doing like streetwalkers where we going out weekly, giving stuff to people, they going out in 10-degree weather.
Oh, yeah,
with warmers, praying for people and dedicated. Doing dinners and stuff like that for the homeless community, and doing not even just homeless people, but it's a lady at my church that graduated high school just last year. She like 60.
Wait, what?
Graduated high school. She dropped out of high school. She live on the south side of Chicago.
Oh.
She dropped out of high school.
I had to play that back.
That's what it threw me off. Like, wait.
She dropped out of high school, and she wanted to. So my church owns a daycare. She wanted to work at the daycare, but in order to work at the daycare, you got to have a high school diploma.
Right.
So they got her back into school. She went to school and finished and graduated last year. Like, you don't see stuff like
that's
and even,
dope though,
right?
Man.
Even people, they don't have a license and they just got a job opportunity and such, and like doing things like that. I believe in that vision, so I'm gonna fund it. Not only that, God, I want to show you that I can trust you with my money. Like, I know that you are my source. And when I do that, it doesn't make sense naturally. And I'm sorry to get spiritual on y'all. It doesn't make sense naturally, but I bring in almost every single time, like I send my tithe in. Like when I first started doing it, I immediately saw like a return. Yeah. Like people, hey, you got sessions? And I remember a time specifically last year in when was it? Oh, November. I was leaving for Thanksgiving to go to my parents. And I needed this certain amount of money that was pretty much impossible to make in 2 or 3 days because I was going to be gone for a whole week. And I literally, I prayed. I was like, I got about this much faith, a little bit of faith.
Faith of a mustard seed.
I got literally this much. Like, I'm just going to see what happens.
like I told you in the car, that faith without works, man.
Mm-hmm. And literally, boom, 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 boom. I worked all of that Sunday night and that whole day that Monday morning.
You got the bread you need.
Got the money. I got more than what I needed.
Let me ask you this: you pray over your money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Over everything.
Anytime like money gets sent to me or I touch some money, I have to pray over it because I don't know where it came from. I don't want none of that other stuff that it came with.
Really, to be honest, I could care less where it came from.
Honestly,
because it's in my hands now.
So what I'm saying is, I know like but it's just a thing for me. It's like let me just be cautious and get all that extra unnecessary, you feel me, type spirits or whatever you may call it off of the money before it even reaches me.
But that's the assumption that money is evil.
Right,
you know right.
No. Money's not evil. The people that have handled the money.
But when you pray over the money,
all people are evil. Yeah. That's the assumption that money is evil.
Yeah.
Like, we're never going to just shatter that, like,
no, definitely not
mindset. But that's a dangerous mindset to be because then we get scared of money. Like we talked last time, like we're afraid of credit. We're afraid of cash. Like, these are all tools that.
You think it's the fear of not being taught?
The fear of not being taught?
No, I mean, like, well, not the fear, but the fear. You think that fear comes from not being taught?
I think that, no. I think the fear comes from not knowing, but it doesn't come from not being taught. The fear.
Some people are taught.
Yeah.
They don't apply it, or they don't even know that they can apply it, really.
Money should make people scared because it's a word that's just thrown around. Like, what is money? Like,
that's too deep.
For real. Like,
I
the
know.
origin.
I know where you're going.
When we converse about money, we're talking about cash.
Yeah.
When we converse about it, but cash is tied to the American dollar, and the American dollar isn't tied to anything.
Right.
At this point.
Right.
So
that's why I said you go to.
We want more money because we want more things in America, but America's dollar is worth nothing. Because it go back. We gonna get kind of deep. Like, American dollar used to be tied to gold. There used to be a gold standard. Like that's not the case. You had to have
some sort of gold in order to back this dollar that you have.
Banks had it. Yeah. Banks kept gold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they lent dollars based off that gold. So if you had, I'm not gonna use like firm terms. If you had one piece of gold, you could lend $10 off of that piece of gold. But over time, that $10 became $100, and then it became $1,000, and then it just became nothing. So the U.S. dollar isn't attached to gold at all anymore.
Right.
And but the things I've been studying in the time periods, like I'm talking late 1700s, late 1800s, and this is a new theory, and this is a development theory for me. But I truly feel like the U.S. dollar the gold was taken off and was replaced with black bodies. That sounds crazy.
Really?
Shit.
The value of the U.S. dollar is now tied. It's not attached to gold. It's attached to the value of the black dollar. Because we talking about slavery. We're talking about gold being removed. We talking about different coin acts being put into place all around the time that slavery was shifting the world. I mean, you talking about we increased the domestic output in a decade in the golden age of America. When Trump talking about make America great again, he talking about like the end of the 1700s when slavery was really making America separate itself from the rest of the world. Like cotton was becoming such a high price commodity, and
to be able to build those infrastructures.
Bro, output was going up 3-4 times a year. Like black people literally saved America from debt and reversed the script completely, bro. And gold, around that same time, around that same century, gold was taken off the American dollar. And what do you see today? Like, what's the most valuable thing in America? Like, the most valuable thing in America? The most commodity.
People or
people?
Well, black people.
Some people would say land. Some people would say. Ignorant people would say cash or money or something like that. Some people say land, but it's really the people.
Yeah.
Now, what's the most valuable people?
Demographic of people is black people.
Black people.
Yeah.
You put us on anything, and the value skyrockets, bro.
Yeah.
Anything. You talking about Clubhouse, Twitter, 2K,
hey, because black Twitter's something different.
Bro, anything you put us on, the value skyrockets. So, like, with everything I'm learning about currencies, about markets, about commodities and values, it seemed like black people were literally and secretly replaced with the gold standard in America. Like when it comes to entertainment.
You think that was intentionally? Or it just was, over time?
It wasn't intentionally. It was like it was an intrinsic it was a
because
result of
I get what you're
happened.
saying, because if you have more black slaves, they can build this certain infrastructure or the certain company for you in order to make more money. So that makes sense.
Modern day though.
Yeah.
Now I'm having a conversation with an alderman by where I stay, and he was, I ain't gonna say brag. He was talking to me about how he's put young black men in positions at Walmart and at Kmart and at different restaurants in the community and McDonald's. And me being who I am, and my friends will understand this, people who know me understand it, it was kind of making me upset.
Yep.
'Cause I'm like, why did you spend the last 30 years putting black men in positions in white corporations? Like,
for real.
We are the cash registers. We are the cashiers. We the managers in these places. Like, we run these businesses. And until black people realize that and stop building
other people,
like, we would rather go apply the
Well,
job
we
in a white
realizing it.
city, and then
We realizing
we
it.
are
No, for
realizing it now. But like, and this is the stuff that Malcolm and the guys were talking about back in the day, and they were talking about it. But now there's a huge wave generation of young black people just doing it. Ain't nobody talking,
bro.
Yeah.
People just doing it. Like, there's young black billionaires, multi-hundred millionaires under
At
30.
like 21, 22.
People don't even know
Yeah.
about, from the stock market, real estate,
Bro,
other
and
different
then,
businesses.
so like if you ever just randomly like scroll through TikTok, you'll see 20, 21-year-olds sitting at tables where it's just like, bro, it took people years to make this type of money. You do 2 little dances and some funny videos, now all of a sudden you got millions.
So now
elders love
people
to see it,
mad. People are mad because those influencers are skipping that step,
But
and they
you gotta
going
think
straight
about
to the
it.
big screens.
You got to think about it, bro. They made it work for them.
Oh yeah,
They catered this industry to them. I can sit at my house with my phone, my laptop, and just make stuff that's gonna make people laugh. If I'm funny enough, I get these million shares, and I get paid from the shares and the views and stuff. Oh, okay, let me do what I gotta do.
But that's why money is so, like, and we talked about not chasing cash last time. Money is created, bro. Like, a TikTok video creates money.
And it's only like what 30 seconds for a TikTok
You get some
video?
sponsorships. Like,
Yeah.
that's not money that was cash as a hand me down. That's not money. That's first hand money. You know what I mean? That's creation.
that's
of
what I was
first
just
in your
telling.
family
I was just
type.
telling Adam before we started. Like, you could, like, if you want to record, do that. It's not even just recording music or whatever it is. It's so many ways. If people focused on figuring out how they can do what they want to do, more than they focused on, I don't have this, I don't have this, I can't do this.
That's why when you told me, I was like, oh, for real? I didn't know.
That whole mindset is what got me where I am now. I know you need to go.
You know me wrapping up. I want to end on the 4 currencies, though. This is very important. The 4 currencies. And it's something I learned from, like, my club or peers or people I listen to. But there's 4 currencies, and we very often automatically get caught up in money, right?
Yep.
Money is only one of the 4 currencies. We just talked about business partners. One of the most neglected currencies is relationships. So you have
big
money.
facts.
So that's one currency.
People don't know how to
is
talk
money.
to nobody no more.
Relationships. That's 2. That's 2 of the 4 currencies, right? With money, you can go get you some relationships. It might not be good, but you can go get you some relationships.
Yeah.
You got 2 of the 4 currencies. What's number 3? Knowledge. Knowledge. That's 3 of the 4 currencies. So you got money, you got relationships, you got knowledge. You can do some things. Money, relationships, and knowledge. You can do a whole lot of things with that. That's very valuable right there. Now the 4th currency, this is what I chase. This is my most important. It's time.
Oh yeah.
Time is time.
You can't get that.
We give so much time for money because we such a slave to $1.
Yep.
We give our whole life, we give our whole time, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 60 hours a week for money. And that's what we chase. So we got money, relationships, knowledge, and time. If you're only focused on money and you have no good relationships, no knowledge, and you have no time, or you have a wealth of time and you have no money, no relationships, and no knowledge, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you have 3 of the 4, you can make some moves.
Yeah.
If you got a hell of a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
you can do some things with the
Yeah.
other. But you have to realize what you have and what you don't. That way you can complete the quadricto. What's the
Trifecta.
trifecta?
It's
But
not a
it's for-
trifecta because it's
It's
quad.
the
Quadrupto.
I mean, I guess you could make that
I
up.
don't know.
But I had to get that. The 4 currencies, man, is
Yeah.
so important, bro. If you're only chasing money, like you're going to be buying your whole entire.
Nah, for real.
like,
You playing catch up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's facts.
Well, with that, we're gonna close out. I feel like that was a decent episode.
It was nice. Thank y'all for tuning in to Real Nonsense. This is episode 4. I'm your host, Nickel Man. This is Jay, and I am here also with JC.
And-
Stay tuned for next week.
All right, see y'all.